And we're back, Lit Lane. I already apologized profusely already. I know you guys forgive me for the problems that we had on the last stream that we had to end. So I'm not going to waste up these. Come to find out, I got 3 hours left on the Streamyard. I'm not going to waste that time talking about stuff we just talked about, right? So I'm gonna wait for a few people to get in here, and while I'm waiting on a couple of people to get in here, I'm gonna ask y'all to like this video. I'm gonna tell y'all thank y'all for coming back. I'm gonna tell you if this is your first time joining me today, welcome. Make sure y'all hit the like. If you're watching a replay, do all the right things. Like the video, leave me a comment, tell me that you was here, and give me your perspective on what you're gonna see on this live, right? While I wait for everybody to get back, let me make y'all laugh real quick, okay? So as I was setting up this live on the StreamYard, I get this call, right? And it's like I guess like a sales call, a marketing call, or whatever, right? Why? Normally you hang up on these people, right? Because you don't need nothing. You know they're trying to sell you something. Normally you hang up on them. Why do people hung up on me? Okay. I actually had a sales call where the people hung up on me. I wish I had a callback number to call them and say, how dare you? I sat here and wasted 10 minutes of my life. And when I get to talking, you wants to hang up the damn phone. Ain't that about a blip? Call me about no damn marketplace insurance. Don't call me about no subsidy. Don't call me about nothing. And I sat there and talked to the people, and they transferred me to somebody else. I didn't ask for no transfer. And as soon as I get the voice in my grievances, they gonna click the phone and hang up on me. I said, ain't that about a blippity blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now I'm waiting for a couple of people to get back up in here that was on here. They might not come back, so I might just have to start. Well, no, what I could do is I could go to the testimony from the stepfather. Okay, so I'm continuing on with my trial watch of Carly Gregg. That's going on right now in Mississippi. 14-year-old girl who in March of 2024 unalived her mother by gunshot and attempted to do the same with her stepfather, who is on the stand right now. And this is his second time on the stand. I'm going to start from there. Live reaction.
And you testified.
And I haven't heard this part.
We've heard some testimony from you already regarding the relationship between Ashley and Carly. And you've said already that when you first met Ashley and Carly in 2019, until the time of March 19th, that both Ashley and Carly had a wonderful relationship, and you and Carly had a wonderful relationship.
Yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. And you talked with the state yesterday about getting married in Gatlinburg.
Yes, that's correct.
And who all was there for your wedding in Gatlinburg?
Just myself and Ashley and Carly, and we got married on the balcony of one of the cabins up in the mountains.
Okay. And were any photographs taken?
Yes.
Okay. And how would you describe that day?
It's really good. It was one of the best memories I've ever had.
And how did Carly?
This is the stepfather.
Appear about you and Ashley getting married?
She appeared very happy with it all, and she was just her normal, wonderful self all day.
And
so weird.
Was there an occasion after you and Ashley got married that you guys adopted some puppies?
Yes, we've got 2 golden retrievers now. They're running around playing all the time.
Okay. And can you tell the jury a little bit about Carly, how you got that second golden retriever?
She's 15 now.
We actually surprised Carly with that one. We had talked a lot about the first one, got him, and decided he needed a buddy at some point, a year and a half later. So we had got it all set up to get him and didn't tell her. And we said we had to go meet her grandparents, pick something up, and then we'd go out to eat. and we were really waiting on the lady to bring the puppies around to us, and she was pretty surprised and taken back with that one.
Now, mind you, this is Carly's stepfather, right? Heath Smiley. Now, after she unalived her mother, which we just watched the footage, the in-house footage on the last live. We didn't really see her get shot, but we heard it and saw the setup for it, right? After she did that, she pretty much laid in wait for him to arrive, right? Heath, who's on the stand now, this is her stepdad. She lied in wait for him, and then as soon as he walked in, she shot at him 3 times. And one bullet caught him and grazed him in his shoulder. But as you can tell, he doesn't seem very mad or angry or resentful of Carly. Come to find out, he's in support of Carly. Just to give you a little background on this, okay? So this is him describing, and mind you, let me tell y'all, from day one, on day one, when he first testified, they asked him how was the relationship between him and his wife, the deceased wife, right? The unalived wife. How would he describe their marriage? He was not bubbly and giddy like now. He said, and I kind of paraphrase, but closely quote him, close quote, right? He literally said, "Oh, well, we didn't have very many problems. We hardly had any problems." And he was not smiling. He was not grinning. He was not very descriptive. All very strange to me. However, there has not been any accusations against him thus far in the trial, but something very needed to be noted. After he was grazed by the gunshot, it was a superficial wound. The cops literally let him go back into the crime scene, the home. Upon him getting back to the home, he went searching around the house for some unknown reason. He finds the hidden camera that Carly had hidden. He calls the police and tell them, "Hey, I got some evidence here you guys may want." But instead of just holding the camera and holding the footage, he goes to download the footage himself to put it on a flash drive. And at one point in time, they was actually they were starting the process of actually charging him with tampering of evidence. Now that happened in the first day of trial, and I just wanted you guys to know this is him back on the trial after they showed some different footages. Okay, so they called him back to the stand. This is Heath on the stand. I have not watched this testimony. The pit crew, because we've been watching this in the members, you guys haven't seen this. So let's continue.
And on any normal, typical weekend,
that's the
how
defense
would
attorney.
your family typically spend a weekend?
We were kind of in between my parents and Ashley's parents, so sometimes we would go to her Carly's grandparents' house, one or the other, or we'd stay home some weekends. And she got to see family, or she got to hang out with the dogs. Sometimes her and her mom, more so than me, were not much on all the movies and stuff, but they'd sit down and watch movies they liked together. They'd like running, going shopping or something here and there when they needed to.
And what, if anything, would you and Carly do together on the weekends?
Video games, some, just random stuff. I was always taking her to like karate and guitar, so she'd sit down and play guitar for us. And she had a acoustic guitar and electric guitar. We got her at Christmas one year, and just whatever, try to take it easy.
Okay. And do you recall when you and Ashley got married?
Yes.
When was that?
It was June 13th of 2020.
Okay. And do you recall about when you and
Well,
Ashley
maybe he just
surprised Carly
nervous.
with that puppy?
Yes.
When was that?
Ooh, I don't know the date on that one. It was, let's see, he's about to turn 2 next month, so it was right at 2 years ago, I guess.
So would that be September 2021?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you recall whether or not you guys took any photos?
We
after wedding?
did. I guess it would have been
This is his
2022.
testimony for
We
Carly,
too,
even though she shot him too and
You
killed
when
his
you got the
wife,
puppy.
yeah, when we got the puppy.
her mom.
And did you and Ashley have an opportunity to take any photos once you got home with the dog?
Yeah, I've got video of him meeting the other dog the first time in the backyard and everything. A lot of pictures of her holding him in the parking lot with the lady that we picked him up from.
Your Honor, may I approach?
After this, I'm going to skip over to the actual arrest footage, which I haven't seen yet. I'm watching it with you guys.
Two photographs. Do you recognize who's in that first photograph?
Yes.
Okay, who's in the first photograph?
It's Ashley, myself, and Carly.
And when was that photograph taken?
That was June of 2020 when we got married in Gatlinburg.
And is that photograph an accurate depiction of when it was taken?
Yes.
And with the second photograph, who's in that photograph?
So strange.
That's Ashley and Carly.
And do you recall when that photograph was taken?
Same day before we got married.
And is that an accurate depiction
Yes.
of
But maybe that's
What you observed
nervous
that day?
laugh,
Yes.
you know,
this photograph there?
trying to hold back
It is.
sadness. Who
Your Honor, I would
knows?
ask that these two photographs
I have
be
turned quite
in
cynical
evidence.
with my true crime watching. So, hey, you know, I don't know what he's thinking.
The objection to remoteness will be sustained in part and overruled in part. Court will sustain the objection to remoteness with this photograph, have it marked D2 for identification purposes only.
I think that means they're not going to show that picture. That's weird. They're not going to show the picture, but they showed the actual
Court will
videotape
overrule
of
the
her.
objection as to this photograph. As to remoteness, it'll be marked S3 all purposes. I mean D3 all purposes.
And may I publish that to the jury?
Hand it to the bailiff.
Oh, no, they couldn't publish it. There go Carly. She's 15 now. She's pleading insanity. Guilty, not guilty by reason of insanity. She was 14 back in March. She's 15 now. This is day 3, but they're actually in real time on day 4. This trial is expected to end today. As far as witnesses and stuff like that, I can tell y'all that today on day 4, real time, they've been having a lot of different psychiatric with psychiatry witnesses. I don't know how to say it right. About her mental state. Now, it's also notable if you're just now tuning in to this and hadn't been watching this trial. The first day she was extra emotional. She was crying uncontrollably. Her nose was all running horribly. You can hear her crying while people was testifying. So I said at that time, I said, boy, they're going to have to give her some more medication because I didn't think she was going to be able to get through it. So I don't know if they upped her medication that she on, but ever since day 1, she has been way more stoic. And what was really surprising is when they showed the footage and showed the photos of her mom actually deceased and her actually committing the crime. She didn't cry or
I'm gonna
anything.
hand you
Just that first day.
2 more photographs here.
Right.
And can you describe for me who's in that photograph?
It's Ashley and Carly and our second puppy, Finn.
Child,
Who
him
took
and his
that
dog.
photograph?
I did.
And about when was that photograph taken?
I would say maybe a year and a half ago.
Okay, so
Give me a month, year.
they're not going to show the
not
pictures.
Sure without.
Boom.
Do you remember that?
This is the arresting officer. I want to see this testimony. I don't have that long on StreamYard, so we're going to get to the highlights, okay? They are showing this right now. They've been showing this live court streaming on Court TV, as well as WLVT3 in Mississippi. This is what I'm really interested in. This is the arresting officer, and they finna show the arrest footage, which I have not seen. I've been waiting to watch it with you guys. So this is what I really want to see. The stepdad is creeping me out. Okay. with all that smiling and all that stuff. I don't know. We'll have to wait to see what else gonna come out of, if anything.
Yes.
Okay, let me be quiet.
Please state your name for the record.
Tony Shack,
And Tony, where do you work at currently?
Rankin County Sheriff's Department.
And what do you do for Rankin County?
I do interdiction, criminal interdiction.
And I want you to go back to, I think it's the 19th of March of this year. You participated in a case concerning Carly. Do you remember that?
I do.
What was your participation in that?
So I drove out there to assist. I came from the interstate. Whenever the call came out, I didn't know the full details of it, but I knew what we were doing. I came out there to assist look for her. When I came to look for her, I came on Farmington Boulevard out there. I think it was around 5 o'clock traffic, 5:30. I can't remember the exact time. When I was coming down Farmington Boulevard, there was traffic in front of me, traffic behind me, because it's a big neighborhood. I looked to my right. I saw her standing there, a female. That's what I knew we were looking for. I immediately put the car in park. I hopped out. I said, "Are you involved in this incident that happened in this neighborhood?" She goes, "Yes, sir, I am. Is my stepdad okay?" And I said, "I can't talk to you about that." I put her in handcuffs, put her in my car, and we began to go to the scene.
Yes, and so you were informed to take her back to the scene. Is that correct?
I was informed different things on the way to the scene. Yes, I was informed to take her to the scene. I was informed to take her to the office. I was informed to take her to the scene. So I kind of did a merry-go-round in Farmington for a minute around a median. Finally, I did go to the scene. Yes.
And so finally, evidently, you were told to bring her to the
Yes,
scene.
that's correct.
Okay. And so then once you got her to the scene, I know you had some conversations with different officers and everything.
I did.
Okay. And you've seen your video from that night.
Yes.
Or from that day. You
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, not just dead specific, but yes, I remember.
Okay. At some time, you turn your body cam off. Do you
I
remember?
muted it.
You
Yes,
muted it.
that's correct.
Okay. And you muted it because you didn't want what was being talked about heard, correct?
Right, about a personnel issue. Yeah, I didn't want to just start talking about an issue there. It was about having to go back and forth coming around to the scene.
Okay. You're in the let me just understand correct.
Okay,
Okay. You have a policy and procedure with the Rankin County Sheriff Department,
that's correct.
and it says you're not supposed to mute it and you're not supposed to turn it off, correct?
That's correct.
And you're in the middle of an investigation,
That's correct.
and you're the person that has custody and control. of
Child,
the
that's
suspect
weird.
at this point.
That's weird.
Sustained is the leading.
Who had custody and control when you turned your body cam off?
She was in my vehicle, but she had other investigators that were then assisting.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Very
was out of
weird.
the car. She was just still in there.
And I think, is there any time that you can ever turn or mute when you're on, I guess, still performing your duty on a case?
Well, during this particular situation, I was talking about something that was not involved in the case. I was talking about a personnel issue, so that's why I did it.
Okay, so you intentionally violated your policy.
On what basis? Leading. Sustained is the leading.
What is the policy on the Rankin County Sheriff's Department's use of body cams?
Yeah, I mean, the policy is that whenever you are actively communicating with the public or with the suspect or what have you, that you remain with the body camera on.
Would you want to review it just to make sure you understand? Is it, because I'm confused, is it just when you're communicating, or are you supposed to have it on all the time while the case is going?
Well, you're supposed to carry it on all times while the case is going on, but at the time I was talking about something different. So yeah, I muted it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been exculpatory evidence or something like that. That's the reason why you muted.
No.
Okay. Now she talked to you, I think, at some point about asking to see her mother. Is that correct?
Asking to see her mother?
Yes, she asked to see her mother.
I don't recall that.
Okay. Didn't you put? I thought didn't you have a report? And you put in your report.
I don't recall that. I don't
You didn't
recall
know.
saying.
You didn't know what to tell her exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't I didn't know the details of the case to tell her anything.
And so, but she was asking at that point. Okay, she was asking to see her mother, correct?
No, she never asked about her much. She only asked about how her stepdad was.
And so there was never any time where
But she
asked
knew the
about
mom
her
was
mother.
I don't
deceased.
recall that.
If you just not following, they found the mom's body in the house. She had posed her mom with her arms crossed across her chest and with a towel over her face, something like out of a serial killer movie,
At
right?
this time, we would ask that we be allowed to publish his or play the video, his body cam video.
This is what I want to see.
Yes, or Your Honor, we have a copy of the video of this officer that we would ask to enter into evidence at this time.
Sidebar. Let's see. This is yesterday, so I have the luxury of kind of fast forwarding it, right? Let's see. Let's fast forward. They must be talking about showing this footage or what have you. Let me fast forward. Where's the footage? Let's see. Okay, here we go. I found the footage. Let's show that.
Tony, I think you went upstairs and reviewed the video, and we made a copy of the video. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so, may I approach the witness? This is the video that you.
That's correct.
John, at this time, we would ask that this be admitted as defense exhibit. I think it's 4.
Hey, Lisa.
Any objection as to D7 all purposes by the state?
No, sir.
All right. If you would, please bring it up. Let's mark it D7. If you bring it to the court reporter, we admit D7 all purposes.
Yeah, let's see this.
Your Honor, we would like to publish this to the jury at this time.
Yes, sir. Mr. Levingston, would you assist him?
Now, this is a small city in Mississippi, y'all. This is a nationally wide covered trial. Look how small the court is. And they literally, the incident where she unalived her mom and shot her stepfather, shot at him, trying to unalive him. This just happened in March of 2024, and already they're in trial. So that just goes to show it's got to be a small city. Okay, let me be quiet. I haven't seen this. So that must be the part that they questioned him about muting, but he said he was talking about personnel issue, not the case. At this point in time, he found the girl, Carly had ran off after she shot her mom and tried to shoot her dad, her stepfather. She ran off, and so he an interstate cop, and he didn't found her on the side of the highway, and now he bringing her back to the crime scene.
Where's that? Okay, up here, take a right.
Stop sign. Turn right onto Ashton Way. Then the destination is on your right.
Oh, it went super fast, Lisa. surprised too. I say, dang, they must don't have too many criminal cases. I just showed it on my last live. I had to end it because I was having technical problems. I haven't seen this footage until now. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys in the butcher for joining too. I know Winter up there. Thank y'all for coming.
We're not even pull that. Well, that's because they got me going around the merry-go-round. Okay. She was all coming out of the area here on Farmington Boulevard. We just drove through that. She's back here. She's soaking wet. Did you jump in the water?
Damn, she jumped in a lake or something?
Good. All right. Yeah, I know, and now I got a big mess going on. Hold on one second.
Not he mad because she wet in the back seat.
Yeah, dude. Well, what y'all want me to do with her? Hey, don't open that door. Oh, I thought you
I think that's the dog's whining. I
Take
don't
her
know.
to investigations and back here, investigation, back here.
Tyler wanted to make sure we talk to Julius first.
Okay, cool, Lisa.
Where she gonna go? JDC or here for her. I mean,
Cook it good now.
Y'all ain't never done one? Okay. No, they're labeled. Yeah, open up the one right there. It should have all of them labeled right there. You got to go the other way. Yeah, you got to go the other way. I'm gonna pull right there. Let me back up. Pull right there.
I know I just heard them say they wanted to do a gunshot residue, a GSR. So I'm wondering if they're going to do that on the scene. We're going to see in a moment. Dang, they don't even know how to do the package. They must don't get a lot of major crime. Because when the first cops came to the scene, they didn't even thoroughly search the house. Ciao.
All right, so get those. So look.
Oh my God, they literally have to train them how to do the gunshot
That's gonna
residue.
be for your right hand. All right. Left hand. All right. So turn them.
Wow.
Look, I'm gonna show you right there. All right, you're gonna do the on the right hand. You're gonna do the palm. Okay, I'm just showing you in the back of the hand. Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Then whenever you get through, you're gonna turn it in. All right. All right, you're gonna open it, turn it back in. All right. When you turn it back in, then you're
Wow.
when you get ready to do this, this right there. Close this and put that over it. Okay. Yes, sir. Hey, just back it back. Okay.
Hey, Leo. Good afternoon. I like the fact that you brought your dad on today. That was real good. Nice.
All right, sweet. Look,
Okay, so there she go.
let me step out real quick for me.
And she is in fact wet.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move on around to the front of you, okay?
I can't believe they got a guy who don't know how to do this, doing this.
Okay. All right. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna swab your hands, okay? Right. Now, well, I asked you a bunch of questions, but obviously you fired with a pistol, correct? Okay.
Okay, so she admits it.
All right, look, I need you to hold your hand out like this. I'm gonna do your right hand first, okay? Just your right hand, just like that.
Oh, thank you, Leo. I just had so many problems with the last live, but oh well, it happens.
Swab up here.
I can't believe this is like a really small city in
So
Mississippi.
GSR, it shows which hand did you shoot with?
So I guess they don't get these type of cases a lot.
With?
At the time, she was 14. She's 14 here.
Go up. Flop the hand, turn the hand over. Turn it over.
Oh my God.
Slap around the knuckles.
He don't even know how to do it.
Where do you want?
I follow most of the live trials and stuff, and I'm gonna start bringing it more on YouTube because I don't just. This week I hadn't even been interested in the second news.
All right, so go ahead and do it. All right.
I don't know, baby. I can't talk.
I hope you do the case of a 12-year-old who killed her 8-year-old cuz at their grandma's house and tried to cover it up. Black family. Their trial should be interesting. Is the trial coming up, bossy? I'll definitely cover it. And what I'm gonna do is some of the last.
You take her up to the office on the interview.
Let me listen.
And then afterwards, I guess I don't know if you want to hang out or whatever, but the judge wants you to stay at JDC tonight. They're going to inform you what's going on, and then she'll be brought over to jail in the morning after she sees the judge.
She's no idea what, you know. She don't even know about her mom. Yeah, she's like, it's not that bad, okay?
So he's not supposed to mute that, right?
Yes.
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
we paused.
Okay,
it,
I will. I'm gonna look forward to
but the
paying.
camera had stopped. Why did the camera stop?
Yeah, why?
Right, the camera's not stopped. It's muted.
Okay.
Why?
Muted. Yeah. The actual camera, in order to mute it, the button's right here, so it covers the lens, but it's still active. It's just it's muted.
Okay.
Okay, let me know, bossy.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Beforehand,
No, even with
when I
her,
asked you the question,
he's
of
not
why you
supposed to
had
cover
muted
that.
it,
He's not supposed to stop.
Correct.
my understanding was you said it was a personnel issue.
Right.
Now, we're muted on the video right now.
Correct.
Why?
Right before you muted,
Right.
you're talking about Carly doesn't know her mother's dead.
Right.
Overruled. Sustained is the leading, but rephrase your question.
Yes. You saw what you said, remember?
Right. Yes.
Was what were you talking about?
Right
before
then, what I was talking about was she never inquired about her mother. I mean, that's why I was saying that.
He
she
lied.
only asked about her stepdad. Hence, even when she got out of the car, she asked, "How's my stepdad?" It was never she never like said, "Is my mom okay?" or anything like that. I assumed that she didn't even know about her mom, and I didn't know the full details of the case.
He didn't know that she shot her.
So why was it that?
Okay, so he obviously, because he wasn't on the case, he worked in the interstate, and so as far as he's concerned, they want him to be on the lookout. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout of a polo, whatever it's called, a bolo for her on the roads and stuff. So but it's very strange that he tried to lie. I don't know how if y'all was in here like 10 minutes ago. But he literally said that the only time he muted that camera when the prosecutor was asking him was when he was talking about personnel stuff, about them sending him in a circle, right? Now, when the footage just started in the car, that's why it was on mute. So that makes sense because you can hear him saying, hey, they telling me they got me going in a merry-go-round, then it mutes. Okay, so that match up to what he's saying. But now, you know, when they got the girl out the car, they doing the gunshot residue test on her hand from a novice police officer or a crime scene detective. That's very strange. When they're talking about the actual case and she's out of the car, he's not supposed to mute that camera. And that's what the prosecutor is saying to and alluding to. He want to know, why did you cut this off? Let's see.
When I asked you before, you told the jury it was a personnel issue.
Right. Well, whenever it was paused is whenever I began talking about the issue with driving
That's
around in a
weird.
circle out there, coming back and forth. That's why whenever you replay it here, you'll see another deputy going like this. That's because I was talking about that issue.
Now, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
That's weird. That's so strange, you know.
You intend to keep asking about the video?
Yeah, just a few more questions. I'm going to show you a document. And you said you were aware. Are you aware of the policies and procedures of the sheriff's department?
I am.
Okay. Let me let you have this.
Okay.
This is a copy for you.
All right.
And there's a yellow piece of paper. And I believe that's
He making up his own rules.
it's going to be the first page on, it's dealing with it's a policy and procedures of body cams.
I'm familiar.
Okay. Now I want you to turn, it says, and it's actually at the bottom of page, it says page 1 of 4. Would you agree with me on that?
Yeah, yes.
And so you have a number 1, it says procedures. And it says when and how to use the BWC.
That's correct.
What is the BWC?
Body worn camera.
Okay. And so what's number 1?
Deputies shall not keep body worn cameras activated during their entire shift.
Right. And I got to correct myself. I said number 1. I said it's A. And so that would be A, correct?
Okay, A.
And then B is what?
Deputies shall activate the body worn camera to record all law enforcement activities in contact with citizens in the performance of official duty, including but not limited to traffic stops, deputy initiated stops of members of the public, arrest. You may keep going.
Yes,
Yeah.
it'll be, and you're going to turn to
Yeah.
page
Searches,
2 of 4.
interviews and interrogations, warrant service, pursuits, and any other contact with a member of the public that a deputy reasonably believes that may become adverse.
Now, what's number C say?
I'm sorry. The body worn camera shall remain activated until the event is completed in order to ensure the integrity of the recording.
Right.
Now, in this situation, did that occur?
At this situation, I was talking about something different. I was not actively
So he gonna stick to that.
involved in talking to her.
Okay, it says while the event.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so you didn't turn your camera off, correct? So C actually would be correct.
Right. I could have turned it off, I guess, instead of muting it.
Okay, so now read D.
Deputies shall not initiate the mute selection anytime during the body worn camera is activated for recording.
Okay. Now, did you do that?
No, I guess my better option would have been to cut it off.
Okay. Now, what do you do if you fail to, I guess, abide by these rules? Is there a procedure?
Sure. I mean, I'm assuming there is a procedure at that point. I'm sure there's a verbal warning. I'm sure there's things such as that.
Why are you sure? What
Let's
happened?
skip down to number H.
Okay.
What does number H say?
If a deputy fails to activate the body worn camera in situations where recording is required by the sheriff's department policy, fails to record entire contact that interrupts the recording, the deputy shall document why a recording was not made and was interrupted or was terminated.
Now, you did a report in this matter, didn't you?
Damn, I know he embarrassed.
I don't recall the report. Do you have it?
Yeah, approach the witness.
Yes, sir.
Now this is the biggest case going on in their town, and he don't remember something.
This is a copy of your report.
Why wouldn't you read the report before you came to court? That always like kills me. Like, why didn't you read this before you come? Don't you think you would study what and refresh your memory? And it's only just happened in March, and this trial is going on right now.
Yeah, it was brief. I'm sorry.
Like as
Okay.
we speak.
And I'm taking this was done at at some time when you got back to the station or something.
Right. Well, I mean, date entered. What was this? When did this happen? The 19th? Yeah. So a day later. Yes.
Okay. Your policy says that you're supposed to make an entry if your body camera is ever interrupted, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Show us in your report where you did that.
Yeah, it's not there.
Okay. Your Honor, we'd ask that his report be entered into evidence this time.
Any
Damn.
objection?
No, sir.
All right, be admitted D8, all purposes.
And we would also
Hang on just a
ask,
second.
I'm sorry.
Let's get it marked in first, please.
Well, if he didn't get no disciplinary action when it first happened, he sure gave him one night after it had been nationally televised.
And Your Honor, we would also ask that the
They showing this on court
policy
TV.
manual be entered into evidence that he's testified.
Any objection?
9.7 thousand people watching it right now. I bet he get a write up now. Cause he gonna have to do something.
Your Honor, I can take those we can have just those.
Y'all come modify and look at it. If you would, please hand that to the bailiff. Go walk over there.
Okay, so all right, so I mainly wanted to show y'all the footage of when they picked her up, how she was looking, her demeanor, what follows, and this is on Court TV, you guys. They've been following this trial. They've been broadcasting the trial. Well, it goes to, I don't know, but I know he's gonna get in trouble, boss. You know what I'm saying? I know that for certain. And they had some different juveniles in Mississippi, in wherever they're at, they could not show or record anything involving the juvenile witnesses. Okay, so I did a AI narration of the first juvenile witness, and I'm going to go in and take my time and do and transcribe the second time they called the juvenile witness, the one that was actually saw the body. I'm going to go in this afternoon and recreate the narration of that testimony, because Court TV put it in the chat because they wouldn't let them film anything or record even just the voices. So that's what I'm going to go work on, because I'm very interested in seeing what his testimony was in that courthouse. So when I come back, I'll be doing the juvenile testimonies, and it'll be in my AI generated voices and stuff, and I'll bring all of that testimony to you guys so we can hear exactly what he had to say about arriving to the house. I think that's very, very interesting. Now, all of the trial is being shown on Court TV, and we're watching it on a local channel right now on YouTube, the WLBT channel 3. This is the 4th day of trial. It is expected to end today. On this, what you're seeing right now, the rest of the video, the live, was from the state, the defense expert witness trying to support the plea of insanity. Okay. Thank you so much, Leo. Thank you so much, Bossy Don Diva. Bossy Don Diva, whenever you get that information, let me know, and I'll try to search it. Do you know what state that was with the 12-year-old and the 8-year-old? Do you know what state that was? And if you get that information, just let me know under a comment. Just put the name and I'll search it up, and I'll get into it. Okay. Absolutely. You guys have a good afternoon. Let me go make these, let me go get this content with the juvenile witness testimony. Okay. All right. I shall see y'all later. Bye-bye.